Alright, so, Carnage with the good old Ember. There's a Lancelot. You know, that's the good thing about the Ember. It's good with dealing Lancelots. Lancelots are so annoying, and I hate them so much. And thankfully, the Ember is actually capable of dealing with them really well. That's the one thing I'm thankful about when it comes to the Ember. That it's an Ansel breaker. I hate how dominant these Lancelots are and how everyone is using them because basically they're two bots in one. That's how powerful they are. Dude, I'm killing it totally here with the Ember. Do I get that kill too? Yes, I got that kill too, because why not? Why not get all the... Wow. He actually managed to jump up there? Oh, and I got that kill too. Look, give me this kill. Give me that kill. Come on, give it to me. No! That was the last one. It would have been so funny if I had gotten this kill too. I think we've just kill-stealed like every little kill there. Like, kill, 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 kill. Oh, kill, kill, kill. We've gotten 7 kills in such a short amount of time. Look, this is so funny. Kill-stealing everything in there. What's up, friends of the good mood? This is Manni, and welcome to one of the most powerful setups I was able to find recently in War Robots here using a workshop point bot, the Carnage, with an built-in energy shield and the rush ability, but very, very low base hit points. And of course, a unfortunately not free weapon, the component weapon Ember, that although it has been said that components will be coming more and more into the game for free, it's not yet here, so let's be fair and say it's not a free weapon. It costs something. The weapon itself is a weapon that can only be mounted to heavy weapon slots, which is great because it can't make, because Haeshi's, Bulgazaris, or Kumihos cannot use it. Thankfully, if they could use that, that would be a disaster. Thankfully, that's not the case, so we can actually deal with them and counter Haeshis that, although they can often dash around the corner, a Haeshi is hard to catch with it, but you can still do it because you are able to bypass the energy shield that he has. And it takes quite a while until your fuel is drained, so you can fire for a long time and be very, very dangerous to a lot of enemy setups. Right? This Griffin, that's something that the Ember has a problem with, catching, jumping, or dashing enemies, because you have to lead the target, not because the weapon has a time to arrive at the target, right? The flames, they fly at the target like an Orkan rocket, and you have to lead the target and pre-aim. And that makes it hard to catch dashing bots, especially, and of course, jumping bots sometimes. And yeah, you have to very well lead the target there. The shield of the Carnage regenerates on the move and is active all the time. Very good to be able to block any kind of kinetic weapon damage, projectiles, rockets, whatever you want. All those things you can very well counter with this. And although the shield drains relatively quickly too, but it helps you to not take damage directly. You can retreat, regenerate, and come back again, and you haven't actually lost any real health. But what I really enjoy most about this setup is the fact that you can finally deal with Lancelots. Lancelots, in my opinion, are a problem because they're running around so much because they are very dominant and powerful. Their tankiness is unrivaled, and you can have an Ansel shield on top of them too, and then suddenly you're protected from all damage and any kind of, fire. And not against the Ember, though. See that Bulgazari? It would be a big problem to deal with, unless, okay, we have an Orkan guy firing at him with us, so we have some support. But other than that, it would be an absolute pain in the butt to deal with this Bulgazari, 3 Orkans, firing corner shooting very well, and having the physical shield. And we really don't have to be all too afraid of him because the firepower of these Embers is very high. And keep in mind, we're running Mk2 level 12 here, so yes, we do have quite some damage output on this one. But like I said, what I think is like most about the Ember is the fact that it's a heavy weapon and dashbots cannot use it. That's a big thanks to this weapon, because if they could use that, it would be an absolute disaster, guys. I can only tell you. It's something reserved for Lancelot, something for Carnage, for Furies. They are able to use this weapon and can even fire at these dashbots with it. And that's why I think the weapon is extremely powerful, and maybe too powerful because it bypasses all defenses at the same time by 100%. Maybe if it bypasses all defenses, it should have a little bit of a damage takeaway from defenses. Like, if it has an Ansel shield, you lose 30% damage. If it has a physical shield, you lose another 30% damage. with 20%, so that altogether both defenses will make it so that you can only deal 20% of damage left to the target. So that would be my idea, to see if maybe this would be a better way. But right now, thanks to the fact that it cannot be used on any of these dash bots, I think it's a very, very good thing to have against dash bots and against Lancelots. And somehow, I don't know why, guys, it's a setup that is not often being used on Carnage, and I don't understand why, because it's so good. It's so much fun to play this, and it's so powerful too. And you have to be, you have to play it in a certain way. You can't just go, like a Zeus, for example, gets being fired completely different. You just stay out of range, you fire from a distance. Thunders, for example, you have to get extremely close to be able to deal your damage. With this Carnage, with this Ember here, you try to stay at 350 meters range, maybe between 320 and 350, so that you have a chance to get quickly out of Taran weapon range when you have to, and that you have a chance to not be in firing range of Orcans when you don't want to, which obviously you never do. So, yeah, that's your optimum range, and that's also the range that you can maximum fire, and you have to lead a target quite well. But even in certain emergency situations, you can get in close and brawl with let's say, a Lancelot, for example, that has Orcans and Thunders. They will have to get through your energy shield first. They will do that very quickly, but then they will have also taken a lot of damage too. And like I said, guys, Lancelots, Hayashis, I love killing these things. And there was already the first Hayashi going down, Haichi, I think people are calling it. So yeah, there goes the second one. My Ember is gone though, it's empty, and I can no longer deal damage. But it's okay, it was enough to get rid of that Hayashi right there. Haichi, god damn it. I can't remember it, I'm like a freaking goldfish. My memory's, my attention span of 10 seconds, and my memory is not helping out enough. So here's another Lancelot, right in the flank, we got him there. Trying to fire at that Rhino in the back, but I just can't get him in range quite well there, and he hides behind the corner. And since there's no reload button, this is one of those weapons where you have to really fire empty to start a reload. So keep that in mind. If you want to be prepared for your next encounter and have all the ammo you can have, then make sure to fire it empty against the wall. Thankfully, you don't have to lock on to somebody to do that, so you can just hit the button, right? I hated, like, Scourge, weapons that require a target to be able to fire empty the weapon, and then you have no target and you can't fire it empty first, and that's crazy. So, yeah, here we go. We have done 1,200,000 damage, almost, well, almost exclusively with the Ember in this round. And I really, really enjoy playing it. See how much I have to lead the target. Do you see that? Do you see how it, like a banana, it's very curved, so the fire is, if you see here, and I have to aim very far ahead to be able to hit that Hayashi. But when I do, I can deal a lot of damage to him. Of course, if he would be dashing left and right, it becomes almost impossible to hit him, because you can never know where he's gonna be in a second, and you can't anticipate that. But even that Hayashi dashing after us, firing into the shield, hasn't done any damage yet, because we were able to just absorb it with the energy shield, and thanks to the rush ability, run away from him. Even dashing Hayashis cannot really catch you so easily, because you are very fast and mobile on the Carnage. And that makes this setup a very popular one and a very fun setup to use, because no longer you're having the problem that you can't catch someone, right? You can run after him around the corner and just destroy him. And there is very little he can do about it. And yeah, I guess that and the energy shield is in combination are something very fun and popular to use here. And I wonder why I'm not seeing so many Ember Carnages around. I love this setup. It's so good and so universal, right? And that's something I like. When you have a universal setup that works against most things, that usually increases the attraction or attractivity of a setup, right? Here we're collecting quite a big hit here from this one, from this Bolgazari with his shock trains. But I'm reloading, I have the rush ability active, and I want this guy now, and so I run out. I'm just running out here, I'm trying to catch him. He's blocked by his own Lancelot friend, and that's why I thankfully was able to get rid of him. And even the Lancelot there is almost getting taken down at the same time. Look, I just dealt so much damage. The energy, the physical shield, do you see that here? You do not only deal a massive amount of damage, you see the sparks. You also take down the physical shield of that Lancelot, so the next guy coming around with any kind of Tarans, Magnums, will immediately go through his energy, his physical shield, and take him out the rest hit points he has, right? So something I find very, very good, especially to deal with Lancelots. And here is something I want to compare with. This is the Redeemer Carnage. And I think it's just nowhere near as good because there are so many ghost shells on the Redeemers, so many shots that go right through your enemy without dealing actual damage. And did you see how long it took us to get rid of this guy? I think the Redeemer is better in dealing with Haeshis because it hits immediately and it's so hard for them to dodge these shots. But see, now we have a Lancelot in front of us here, and I'm unable to deal any damage to him because he has the physical shield. And that's why I think the Redeemer Carnage is much less powerful than the Ember Carnage. But who knows, maybe if Pixonic fixes the problem with these ghost shells where plasma weapons bypass through your enemy, maybe then this problem will be solved. Anyways, you can see we're here back at the beginning of the video. I'm just gonna let it run while I make my outro. That was the monster Carnage Ember that I want to show you. A very powerful setup, guys. Believe me, if you play this, you're gonna enjoy playing it. I can promise you this, because it's truly universal, and there are a few things you have to be careful about. It's not an incredibly overpowered setup, because any kind of plasma damage can take you down so fast. You wouldn't believe it, but at least you can be dangerous to everyone, right? And some setups you're really strong against things that are using kinetic weapon damage. So something I could really well advise you guys to try out if you do get a chance. And let's see if Pixonic really does it so that there will be much more components with the supply drops and battle rewards so that you can actually get these things and not have to pay much for it. Then this setup would be an incredibly good thing for you to get, because it would then even not cost as much, or maybe even be for free. Let's see how it goes. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and comment down below, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe as brutal as a man can hit for more. Thanks for bearing with me. You guys are awesome. As always, Manni-Gaming signing off. Bye-bye.